the 2011 Double Star BWF Sudirman Cup World Mixed Team Championship. This is what we are looking at, starting off tonight with the mixed doubles. Then it'll be men's singles and men's doubles. Of course, it could end there, but if not, we'll get the women's singles and the women's doubles to conclude this quarterfinal and the right to make it in to the semis alongside Korea and China. Of course, the other quarterfinal is taking place tonight as well, Indonesia and Japan. We'll keep you in touch with what's happening in that. This is how it's looked already from the quarterfinals. China last night beating India 3-1, and it went down to the decider between Korea and Malaysia 3-2. So that's that half of the draw done, and it's fair to say, Jill, this the slightly easier half of the draw. Denmark, when they saw that quarterfinal draw, must have thought it was their lucky day.
Yes, absolutely, because the top two teams that you can see already in the semi-final stage have won 10 out of the last 11 Sudirman Cups. They're two of only 3 teams ever to lift the trophy. The first ever winners of the Sudirman Cup, of course, were Indonesia, and that was staged in 1989. So, of course, many people do feel that the top half of the draw is stronger. But, you know, when you look up at the matchup of individual players, it's still very open indeed.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about China's match last night still. Their coach saying it's good to lose a few games, you know, it gives us a kick up the backside when we need it.
Yes, Lee Yongbo will always try and see a positive side in things.
Spear.
Yes, he even said it was a good thing that China lost the Uber Cup final last year to Korea. I know that's not what his personal opinion was, but that's what he said to the media.
He's been taught very well then. Anyway, first up is mixed doubles. Of course, mixed doubles really is one of Denmark's strong points. They've got the world champion in Thomas Leibern, who's played with Camilla Duyul, but tonight it's Joachim Fischer and Christina Pedersen who are in action. Another very strong pairing right up there near the top of the world rankings as number 3, and they're taking on Chen Honglin and Cheng Wen-Sing of Chinese Taipei. This, as always, mixed doubles, as it turns out, generally is the first match out. Always has a special significance, obviously, to the way the evening goes. But the closeness of the two pairs here means there is perhaps even greater significance.
Yes, and it's interesting, the selections for both teams, because both Denmark and Chinese Taipei have 2 very strong mixed doubles pairs. And of course, Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen, bronze medalists at the World Championships back in 2009, when of course the other Danish pair, Leibern and Duyul, won the gold medal. But of course, Thomas Leibern, who didn't play the other evening, is struggling back from knee surgery, and therefore Denmark have decided to go with Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen, and I think that's a wise choice. However, I'm slightly surprised by the Chinese Taipei selection. There is Christina Pedersen. Of course, Chinese Taipei have also got Li Shengmu and Chen Yu-Chin who can play together.
So why are you surprised that they haven't gone for that pair then, in particular?
It's all a question of perhaps styles of play, what they think is the better style. Of course, they won't have known who the Danes were going to select when they selected their team, because both teams have to be handed to the tournament referee at the same time. So you can't look at your opposition and say, oh, well, I'll pick this player because they picked that player. It's all a lucky guess. There is no question that Chen Wen-Sing really is a class act. Of course, with her women's doubles partner, Chen Yu-Chin, they have been world number ones. In fact, only lost that revered status at the end of April. So she's a very fine player. Of course, with her partner of today, they are bronze medalists from the Asian Games in Guangzhou. And of course, the other thing is that if they had picked Chen Yu-Chin playing with Li Shengmu, then of course 2 of the Chinese Taipei players would have been playing twice.
Yeah.
So with this selection, of course, Chen Wen-Sing is scheduled to play the women's doubles as well. But their men's doubles pair, both of them will be fresh for that. So that may have been one of the selection criteria.
But it's quite nice in a way, as you can see Cheng and Chen have played once 20 minutes, so sort of took to come over the very young Indian pair. No surprise there. But it's nice, I suppose, for both these countries, and it shows you their calibre, that they have got that depth in their squad where they can choose one or the other.
Yes, absolutely. But the only reason we're playing mixed doubles first is because Christina Pedersen and, of course, Chen Wen-Sing are down to play 2 matches. The standard order actually starts with men's doubles. And I personally like to see starting with the mix because it is a mixed team competition.
Sure.
And just because I'm a sentimentalist, I love to see the mixed doubles first, because then if you've got a team that's particularly strong in the women's discipline, like China, or they're very strong in every discipline.
But it normally is. I mean, in most cases, mixed doubles is more even, isn't it? Generally in badminton.
Yes and no. I think it's very even in this particular contest. I think this is going to be an interesting one, and especially as they've never played against each other before. So they won't particularly know each other's styles. Of course they will, because they will have seen them play before, but they've never actually experienced being on court against the other pair. So this will be interesting.
So there is Fischer and Pedersen, bronze medal winners at the World Championships a couple of years ago. A couple of wins last year and a win under their belt already in March of this year at the Swiss Open.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chinese Taipei, represented by Chen Wen-Sing, Chen Hongling. And on my left, Denmark, represented by Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. Chinese Taipei to serve, Chen Hongling to Joachim Fischer-Nielsen. Level play.
So the third of the 4 quarterfinals getting underway. First point goes to
Service
Denmark.
over, 1 love. Service over, 1 all.
Well, deceived by the flick serve, and I'm a little surprised about that, because all the coaches will have noticed that this lady really has been struggling with her low serve as late. Seems to have lost all confidence, which means that she does flick serve an awful lot of the time. Well, 2 serves so far, 2 flick serves.
And that's something obviously the coaches of Denmark will be aware of, and something they'll be looking to exploit.
Well, most definitely. I mean, I remember watching Chen Wen-Sing recently, and you know, I really felt for her, because she had lost so much confidence in her low serve that she actually started serving forehand serve and just really serving high, not even a flick serve, which in doubles you just don't do. I mean, it's almost unheard of, but at least it got the rally underway, which is better than making an error on the low serve.
Well left by Joachim Fischer.
Four, 2.
He too has just undergone knee surgery. Well, I say just, it was over a year ago, March last year, Joachim Fischer-Nielsen. And in fact, he missed almost 8 months of badminton, didn't come back until the World Championships in Paris. Injured himself just after the Super Series finals. Yeah, it was clever play from Joachim Fischer-Nielsen.
No doubt who settled best so far. I mean, obviously the score tells its story, but just see it in general.
See that as she was trying to hand the shuttle back, it was actually a little practice low serve, and she made an error on that.
Dear, yes.
Yeah. Trick of the trade, just try and practice the serve in handing shuttle over to your opponents. Oh, that's clever. All set up with the straight block from the left-hander.
Well, not the perfect start for Denmark, but it's not far from it.
2号场地即将进行的是第1级别1/4决赛，日本对阵印度尼西亚。有请裁判员、运动员入场。
Let's welcome the athletes and technical officials up onto the court number 2.
Service over.
第1场男子双打比赛，由来自日本的平田远信、桥本博史对阵来自印度尼西亚的埃尔文·尤里安托、莫哈默德·阿山。
On court number 2, level 1, quarterfinal, we have Murayasu Teresa and Terakazu Aramatu from Japan versus Arvind Yalianto Cherry and Mohammad Ashraf from Indonesia.
本场比赛裁判员阿彼得·萨巴拉尔来自印度，发球裁判员刘刚来自中国。
Umpire Apida Sabawayo from India.
Well, Denmark, when they lost to Korea, were very worried about what might happen next in terms of the draw. Thought they needed to beat Korea. As it turned out, losing worked out very nicely for them in some respect.
Yes, I mean, they couldn't have asked for a better draw, quite frankly. This is, you know, as good as they could have hoped for, really. Brackets, clever play by Chen Hong-ling.
Service over. 5-9. Play.
Will she have the courage to serve low? No.
I don't think she's going to. Not when you consider what you were pointing out when she was trying to give it back.
Yeah. But what surprises me,
Service over.
really, when her opponents are seeing that she's struggling with her low serve, they haven't seen her serve low so far at all, why don't you stand, tempt her, say, if you flick, if you've got your base position back a bit, as a receiver, you're saying, you dare flick me, I'm ready for it. And therefore, you're sort of forcing her to try and play the low serve. She's got no confidence on it, and you're ready to pounce on it. So I don't understand why a player doesn't adjust their receiving position when they know their opponent is struggling with their serve.
Yeah, very good point.
3号场地即将进行的是第2级别波兰对阵荷兰的比赛，有请裁判员、运动员入场。
Let's welcome the athletes and technical officials up onto the court number 3.
第1场男子双打比赛，由来自波兰的乌切赫斯库德拉斯克、卢卡斯·莫伦对阵来自荷兰的戴尔·特达夫克斯、杰科·多伦斯。
On court number 3, level 2, we have William Sudirman and Lucas Morin from Poland versus Steve Padapas and J.K. Aaron from Netherlands.
本场比赛裁判员野口英二来自日本，发球裁判员高善来自中国。
Umpire Nonoguchi Ichi from Japan, Service judge Gao Shan from China.
Service over. 11-8.
It's the first interval of the first match, and it's Denmark who have been pretty much in control from word go. You look at Chen and Cheng's record, and I don't know, it's a bit harsh perhaps to look at their record and say maybe it could be improved because they've reached a lot of quarterfinals, a lot of semi-finals, Jill, but there's not too many victories between them, is there really? And just seems to always fall short.
Yes, none. That's the
I
harsh
was trying to be kind.
That's the harsh reality. You know, they are one of these pairs that's incredibly consistent. Semi-finals, 5 of them last year, 3 quarter-finals this year, reached the final in Canada last year, but never actually won a title. Whereas this pair from Denmark, well, 6 career titles. And, you know, there's an awful lot to be said about getting in the habit of winning. That's have an influence on your belief and your confidence, obviously.
Well, Denmark, the top country in Europe at the moment, without any doubt. Had a little battle with European rivals England in the group stages and won very comfortably.
He's completely smashed his racket. Yeah, you won't get many back with that one.
Service over, 9-11.
As he played his defensive shots, he either banged his racket on the ground for balance, but completely smashed it. Let's have a look. Oh well, that wasn't the one that did the damage.
Yeah, but it's Cheng serve again. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Rushed it. Now she's going to have a little practice again.
Service over, 12-9.
You must have seen lots of golfers in their time that got the yips.
The yips.
And I really don't know how you cure it. I suppose if we did, we'd make a lot of money, Richard, wouldn't we?
I mean, golf, a lot of them go to the broom handle putter. Obviously, you're not going to change your racket.
No.
In terms of its length, you can't.
Service over, 10-12.
And it leaves them a little hamstrung, doesn't it, at times? It's a disadvantage, without a doubt.
Yeah. Oh, he's hit it long. I was just about to say that's incredible reactions from
Service
Chen
over,
Ling.
13-10.
Coming forward and finishing off the rally.
10.
Walker Fisher. It's not the most elegant of badminton players, is he? But he's great to watch because he's so committed. Every rally tries so hard. Really intense. And the service fault has been
Service
caught.
over, 11-14.
Now let's watch this serve again. Flick.
Yeah, it's got to be a flick this time.
Yep. You know, this is the big
Service
problem
over.
for this pair from Taipei.
15-11.
I mean, every time she's serving, she's giving away a point under the scoring system.
And she's playing women's doubles as well later.
Yeah. And this problem has been going on for months. And I've talked to them both because her women's doubles partner has been struggling with her serve also. So I talked to both Jian Yuqin and Chen Wen-Sing and said, you know, what's happening? And they say, we spend hours and hours and hours practicing this. And it's obviously a psychological thing come the match situation.
That might be one on the speedometer that might get above the 260, 270
Service
mark.
over, 16-12.
Yeah, the thing is, though, that really stands out to me, if you've got a pair that can't serve, or as in the women's doubles with the Taipei combination, or in the mixed doubles, what's absolutely astonishing is they were world number ones for so long when they could hardly serve. It just proves how good they are as players. Oh, fault receiver.
17-12.
Goodness me, that seems harsh. Mark Spatar, umpire from Germany, calling a fault on Chen Hongling for moving before the serve was struck.
Service over, 13-17.
of the plate, according to the team manager of Chinese Taipei. He thinks they've only got 4 chances to win the 3 points. He's already written off the men's singles. Thinks women's doubles their strongest bet for a point, but obviously hoping that women's singles and maybe a point here could be up for grabs. 17-13 right now.
Well taken. You are head coach from Demark.
Service over. 18-13.
Taken off the top of the tape from Pedersen. I'll be really interested to see the match statistics here in the flick serving in doubles. Normally we talk about the low serve, that's a standard thing. It's not just the Taipei pair. The Danes have been throwing in a lot of flicks as well, and that last one got absolutely no advantage at all. In fact, it was a disadvantage. Good interception.
Oh, he swallows up the net, doesn't he, Fisher? Gets there, he's a big guy.
14.
Big reach.
That's good placement of the smash from Chen Wen-sing.
Service over. 15-19.
Now, why doesn't Christine Pedersen stand a little further back? She's right on top of that service line.
Oh dear.
Service over.
It's painful
20.
to watch.
Game point. 15.
It brings up game points. I feel for her. Really
So
do.
do I.
Service over. 16.
Yeah, that was the
20.
one that did the damage. That disguised drop shot. Chen Hongling.
Well, we've seen a couple of game points so far.
17-20.
Demark up and running. Joachim Fischer with
First game
the
won
winning
by
smash.
Denmark. 21-17.
21-17 then the scoreline in that opening game. But, the big difference really has been that serve, or the lack of confidence in her serve from Chen Wen-sing. I think that 4 points separates the two countries in that opening game. She got 2 in the net.
Yeah, and how many flip serves that were severely punished. And,
Yeah.
you know, moving serve, return in and run.
Fordi der søger hun hele tiden lige frem.
You know, what's
Ikke? Altså hun
what's
prøver,
so tragic
hun
is,
prøver hele tiden at spille til sig
you
selv.
know, as the match was getting underway, I was saying this is a problem.
Og hvis vi
It
ikke kan det, så
wasn't
dumper
as
vi.
if this has happened within the match. It's a long-term problem, and she hasn't been able to address it. She hasn't been able to solve it. And, you know, there's no doubt she's a world-class player once she's into the rallies. It's, you know, it's like golf, and I mean, if you can They always say you drive for show and putt for dough, and it's the putting. And if you can't get into the rally because you can't serve in badminton, you've got real problems.
Pas på med at spille en helt kort til nu.
Efficient,
Godt
and
forestille
Pedersen
mig,
have
hun får
made
lukket.
the most of that advantage.
Det er ved at slå lige på de svipper der, og så kan vi godt lige holde øje med længden nu på.
Denmark after the perfect start. I think men's singles is
Kom så.
coming up next, and even his team managers ruled out Sudirman's
Court 1, 20
chances
seconds.
of upsetting
Court
Peter Gader.
1, 20 seconds.
Denmark going to have 1 foot already inside the semi-finals, and we've only played 16 minutes so far.
And I said both of them were serving high. Service errors, well, the two that were served into the net.
Second game. Level. Play.
Can they overcome this obvious deficit and disadvantage that they have here? Chen Ling and Chen Wen-sing.
1 love.
It's good. Yeah, Fisher told her to leave it. Pedersen's given the stares. It was that was out. I think it was in, but yeah, it was well.
Service over. 1 all. Service over.
4号场地即将进行的是第2级别乌克兰对阵美国的比赛，有请裁判员、运动员入场。
Let's welcome the athletes and technical officials up onto the court number 4.
第1场混合双打比赛，由来自乌克兰的瓦列里·阿特拉什琴科夫、阿琳娜·普鲁斯对阵来自美国的白国豪、李义恒。
On court number 4, level 2, we have Valery Arakchinuk and Alina Pruis from Ukraine versus Howard Bay and Eva Lee from USA.
本场比赛裁判员杰拉尔德·阿塞纳尔特来自加拿大，发球裁判员克莱斯·彭萨德来自泰国。
Umpire Sirius Arsenault from Canada. Spirit judge Christian Ponsa from Thailand.
Service over. 2, 3.
You could have drawn the arrow on a picture card. You couldn't have drawn it any better than that.
Good serve, smash.
Service over.
Get it back once, and then the end of the rally.
Friday night in Qingdao, and the crowd have turned out. It's not quite to capacity, the auditorium, but it's certainly one of the busier nights, or I should say one of the busier non-China playing nights.
It's landed in again.
4 all.
very talented player is Chen Lin.
Right down the line.
6-4.
Yeah, great tactical awareness too.
Service over.
Yeah, 4 points though.
5-6.
Very expressive, isn't she, Chen Wen-sing? Keeps a good demeanour despite the obvious problems she's obviously got in the head.
Yes.
Service over.
And the
7-5.
Taipei pair are getting more of the attacking play within the rallies. And here's the test again. 7-9.
Nice if they can just get a rally off her serve, just to give her a bit of confidence.
Service hold ball.
Struck above the waist.
Service over. 6-7.
Understand why she might start a little higher.
Just to emphasise once again that the waist in badminton is not what you and I would call a waist.
That's not where the belt is.
No. It's below the lowest ribbon. He went for the same shot again. This time.
7-4.
So 7-all in this second game. Denmark a game to the good. Two seeds coming into the week. Only twice have they failed to make it to the semi-finals of the Sudirman Cup. One of those in 2009 when they finished in 5th place. 2007, the first year that they failed to make the top 4. Let's try and restore some order to the Danish badminton as far as the Sudirman Cup's concerned.
Over. 10-8.
Not just that shot either. There's one he had to flick it from behind his shoulder. He got the cutest little angle and just got above the net, and that set up the winning shot in the end. Once again, at the break, it's Denmark in the ascendancy.
Også de der gange, hvor du er på baglinjen, bare blive ved at slå varieret, så han kan nok komme ind på et tidspunkt.
Ja, ja.
Ikke? Ja. Og husk, hver gang vi slår, så ryger de den langt væk.
Ikke? In that game. Taking
står også
Og så det er der vigtigt, det der med, at de spiller mange bolde over i deres forhåndsside, fordi de vil meget gerne have spillet til at foregå over i din baghånd, ikke? Der står de over begge to og venter. Når vi spiller derover, og du så har spidsen, så har de det svært, ikke?
Another quarter-final underway. Japan and Indonesia as well. Started a little bit later, but if Denmark can get through this, and they'll look at their semi-final opponents, if any ever one's come out of the semis, I think it's a decent opportunity. It'll be a tough one.
Definitely a very good opportunity, but Denmark are very professional, and they won't even be thinking of that at the moment, because you know, whilst they came into the tournament as number 2 seeds, I'm actually very surprised at the Taipei manager and coach who said, win. You know,
because you never know him in sport, do you?
You never know. And Peter Gader is 34 years of age. He's had some tough matches. You know, you never know.
Is it kidology?
It might be kidology. I'm not sure, but certainly Denmark have got very good chances of getting through to the final of this year's Sudirman Cup. But this mixed doubles isn't clearly won yet. No. You know, look at that, serving forehand. Reverted to the forehand serve. She's so lacking in confidence on her backhand serve. Reverting to forehand where you know basically she's going to serve hard.
They haven't won a single point on her serve yet.
No, well, there you go.
That's a 4-point lead in this second game for Denmark. Fischer and Pedersen.
Deficit. Trying to regain the attack within the rallies. Yep. As soon as they're hitting down, they're prepared.
10-14.
They're really gifted that opportunity with the flick serve.
Succession, they need to turn that into a run of 4 and 5 really. Back into this game.
Yeah, but you see they're being forced to lift.
15-11.
Trying not to give them too much time, the Danes, by making it flatter, but there's always the risk the shuttle's going to go wrong with that back line then.
Service over, 12-15.
Yeah, that's allowed. That's her husband.
Yeah, he's the physio as well, isn't he?
He is indeed.
Service over, 16-12.
Denmark are all smiles at the moment.
Over 13-16. over 17-13.
Very frustrating start to this quarter-final for the Chinese Taipei team.
Morgan Fisher wants the court mocked, and Mort's wait, the umpire says no. So the umpire believed that was a delaying tactic. Surprised at that when the Danes were in the lead. They wouldn't want to necessarily interrupt their own momentum.
19,
Especially now they're only 2 points away from victory.
Yeah.
He's a machine. I'm thinking he's got to start feeling tired in a minute. I think that was something like 6 smashes in 7 shots.
Yeah, but he was, and he was brilliant. There's no question. His resolve to keep the shuttle going down was
and to bring match points about.
And to bring match points about. But you have to wonder why the Taipei pair were just lifting it to him. Why not turn the shuttle? Why not guide it across court so he can't smash it?
Yeah, well, it's been an unstoppable force, I think. As trying to do something about this Chinese Taipei. Denmark are up and running in the quarter-final of the Sudirman Cup. 21-17, 21-13. Pretty easy.
Yes, and whilst the Danes were very intense and very positive, very aggressive in their style of play, which in itself is a good thing to say. You know, I feel so sorry for Chen Wen-Sing. I mean, quite frankly, not one single point won on her own serve the entire match. It simply isn't good enough. Somehow, she's got to restore confidence in her low serve. I don't know how she does it. She's now got herself into such a state she just has no belief at all. Because once they're in the rallies, we saw some good rallies. She's a world-class player.
But it puts too much pressure on the other parts of the game as well. When you're having to serve like that, you know, you feel like, well, I've got to make it count then when I have got it in play.
Absolutely.
21-17, 21-13 then, confirmation of that opening match in this quarter-final. And Denmark 1 to the good. It's men's singles up next. There's the statistics from the second game. 276 of Fisher's smashes.
You see, once they're in the rallies, and the control of the net, Chen Wen-Sing was doing well.
But that doesn't come to the fore when you're watching the match, does it? Because they always seem to be behind.
Yeah.
A lot of aggression, particularly from Fisher. Scratching of the head. As far as Chen Wen-Sing was concerned. The Danish celebrations. Is that set to continue in match 2? Because it's Peter Gader against Suani. And we've already touched on the fact that the team manager of Chinese Taipei's written off his boys' chances here.
Yeah, it seems very odd to do that. It's